I want to push just a little bit more on this idea of white identity, and especially relative to policing. So I'm a parent now. I have a 3-year-old son, and I think about this a lot more. I think about so when I watched that video, what I thought about was my experience with a lot of white people in my social media networks is the automatic deference to the police. There has to be an explanation reaction to that. There has to be something more. And so then I'm thinking as a parent, so what leads to that mindset? And I think about if I teach my son that the police are always good, that they're always helpful, that they are always trustworthy, then it's actually logical for him to conclude that if the police are doing something to someone, that person must have done something wrong, because I know the police are always good. And so thinking about that as a parent of how I actually interrupt that is really challenging with the 3-year-old, because just wants his goldfish. But the other thing that I wanted to push a little bit further on was, so as white people, I think one of the things we have to do is develop the comfort in talking about these issues so that we can't, if we're just inching in with trepidation, we're really not going to be leading to any change.
Right.
And if enough white people start to develop the confidence and clarity to be able to say that policing as it exists right now is about sustaining and perpetuating white supremacy, period, and we don't want that anymore, that's going to lead to change. And the thing I wanted to push on was, I've heard a couple of white folks talking about policing and how we were taught that the police are there to protect us, but I didn't hear anyone go to the protect us from what? And that's the reality of even the way we talk about that is like unracialized, and the reality is that the police, we're talking about the police protecting us from scary things that we want not to be in our lives. And the point I'm trying to make is that I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Stephanie. Stephanie talked about an us versus them, and as white folks, we can't allow ourselves to get into that as though I'm somehow not implicated in the us versus them. We have the policing that we created.
Right.
We have the policing that we designed. The policing was designed in a way to keep my all-white neighborhood white and to keep people of color out of it. And we can't sit back and say, oh, the police over there are the problem. But me, white, right here in my all-white neighborhood, I'm fine. I'm part of the solution because I retweet everything that Nikki Levy says. I'm serious, but really, we have to, every one of those things, we can't unracialize all of those things. All of this policing is about perpetuating white supremacy and oppressing people of color. We have to be comfortable talking about that and saying that we will not accept that anymore. That's all I have to say.
Follow Mike Stevens on Twitter.